Hello, I'm going to show you a quick setup for the Windows side. Some of the videos on the Mac are probably, like the Open Router, work just fine. It's the same endpoint, same everything. So this is just how to get the basic stuff on Windows. Okay. So I guess probably the first thing, this is a new VM machine. So I'll probably do Chrome. We'll probably do Ollama. I think my password on the other side. Well, again, Ollama is a kind of like a routing program. You can ask it questions, and it will route it to different models. It can do more than that. It has a launcher, which is what we're interested in. We probably should do VS Code. Like I said, on the Windows side, or on the Mac side, things are a little bit more organized into short videos. But on the Windows side, I just want to see if I can kind of knock it down as kind of quick as I can. Maybe GitHub Desktop. Again, GitHub Desktop is one of those personal things I like to use. Node, maybe. Node installer Windows. Yeah, I can't type today. And what we need to do is install. Okay, since we have some of these already basically ready to go, so let's do Chrome. And I'm assuming you don't want to see me how to install Chrome, so I'm going to pause it. Okay, Chrome's installed. Oh, there we go, it just loaded. And I guess I can sign into my UNLV account. It doesn't really matter for now, so I guess I'll sign in later. So there really is no right order to install this. I guess I could do, so to use GitHub or VS Code, I need my GitHub name and password, which is on my other machine. So let me just, I guess, start with GitHub. And while that loads, And depending on the type of account, I guess, I have two-factor authentication set up on GitHub, so it always takes me a while to sign up. But like I said, you do need to sign in on GitHub. Really, to use Collab. Oh, sorry, you need to sign out. You need to sign into GitHub to use VS Studio and to use GitHub. So I guess it's gonna make sense. So sign in. And this will allow you to have agents and do other things. So now we have GitHub. GitHub Desktop, I should say. Finish. And so now let's do VS Code. And VS Code is just a way you can type in a program that will create agents, that will do things, not create agents. So if you want to, you have a Hugging Face project and you want to do X, Y, and Z, you can drag the folder onto VS Code and say, hey, I'd like to make these changes, and work with the agents to kind of create that. So VS Code is now installed. Once it launches, I'm going to have to pick like what theme I want. And probably sign in with GitHub. Oh, it's not. Oh, there we go. Sign in with GitHub. So that's why, like I said, I created a GitHub account, and then either do VS Code and their GitHub Desktop, either one. And then right here, if you got a project, you say like make a Hugging Face, blah blah blah. So we're getting there with that. Let's do Ollama real quick on the Windows side. So let's do nvm setup. I probably should just get 7-zip. Seven Zips is a program to unzip stuff. I just like it a little bit better. I'm just used to it, I guess. Yeah, nvm version work node. Oh, I'm in PowerShell. Darn it. So there is a terminal app in Windows right here. So I'm just going to pin it because this is what I use a lot of times for a lot of things. Pin. Now we're going to do Ollama. Sorry, I'm exporting a video and it's just running making my VM run really slow today. So now we're installing Ollama. And I don't know if I'm going to do it in this, I'll probably do it in the next video, is install WSL Windows, Subsystem Linux. It's how you can run Linux in Windows. And it's great, it works when you just download Ubuntu and boom, go from there. Actually, I don't know how well it's going to work because I'm signing this machine pretty well. But once Ollama installs, I can sign into Ollama. You don't need to see that. And that gets you a really good basic starting point for a dev computer. I mean, there's a lot of other things you should install, but at least you're at a good starting point. Let me pause this. So I'm just going to let this install. Basically it installs. And then once it installs, I have to launch it. There'll be a little Ollama down here. I click on it and say install, or not install, say settings, and then sign up, and then I just sign into my Ollama account. Maybe we don't have to wait that long. Okay, really two things you need to change in here is context length. Good, so I'm not worried about that. And then this settings right here. Let me get my name and password. On the Macintosh side, I use my free account here. I'm just going to use, actually, I just don't remember my password. I'm going to use my paid account. You don't need to have a paid account. You can use a free account. I just have been using this for a long time, and so it says, hey, do you want to connect this device with my account? Yes. Now if I look here, I can download models, I can access the cloud, I can expose this to the network, things like that. And I think the reason it's not showing me any context link is because I don't have a GPU here. It's a VM machine. So I think that's the bulk of everything. Let me delete these installers. Like I said, Windows can be a little bit slower to set up, or at least a little bit different. Not that one's better or the other. I've coded on Windows for years, and I've coded on Mac for years. And at the end of the day, there's really not much of a difference once you get used to one. Now, the nice thing about Windows, and Macs have it too, is the WSL. So I'll make another video on WSL, and I'll do that right now. The Windows side. So the first thing we have to do is get Python. Just Google this, or I can paste it, but very simple command. Yes. That's not what I wanted to do. Add machine. Okay, trying it again. So now it's going to install Python. I'm just going to Google how to install Hugging Face in Windows terminal. You can also just go to just Google download Python MSI or whatever, and it just does the same thing. Okay, so let me exit out this, just make sure I get a new terminal. Python version, oh, look at that. So what's the command? I'm just copying this from a quick Google search. And that's how we install Hugging Face. Now if we do move over to WSL, Windows Subsystem, Linux Subsystem for Windows, we'll have to probably redo a lot of this, but it'll be a true Linux environment. So this is a Windows environment, and the WSL is true Ubuntu, or whatever you want, Kali or Pop. So it's a little nicer. So we have Hugging Face installed.